Hey, fellow Ristopians! Welcome back to Ristopia. Stay cool. Second video of the day. They're still there. This one's going to be easier. Very simple question. What am I going to title this? Was the Moonwatch... No, it's not called that, is it? These are moon swatches. Was the Moonwatch product placement? Really simple question. Now, in here, we have my moon swatches. I've got these out because I don't have a Moonwatch. I don't really like the Moonwatch. It's manual wind, which I do like, but I don't like it's a bit too fussy for me. I don't like the bracelet. So it's just not on my radar. But these moon swatches were for various reasons, which I won't go into. But I love them. I've got my favourite three. Trying to think what they are. Is that Saturn? I think that's Saturn, Moon, and I'm not sure. Actually, I've got a box somewhere. I don't know what it is. Is it Jupiter? Oh, I don't know. But these were the only three that I liked. The only other one that I liked that came out afterwards was the Moon with the Sedna Gold Hand. And the only reason... Sedna Gold? No, Moonshine Gold Hand. The only reason that I liked that one, and I would have got one if I could have done, was just for the... just the fun factor that they made the exact same watch with a... I just thought it was just really silly, but and I had the Moon, so I would have quite liked the Moonshine Gold version to go alongside it, just because I think it's, I'm not going to say pathetic, it's unbelievable. It's just a little bit unbelievable, bit funny, but I'm kind of glad I didn't get it. I've got three. They fit very nicely in this grey Mirage luxury travel watch case, and I do. What's that? Cobweb. I do like them. I do really like them. I've enjoyed purchasing them and owning them, and I like having them. But yeah, that's as near as I'm going to get to a Moonwatch, because, as I say, it's too fussy a design. I'm not massively into chronographs anyway, but these are too fussy. Sorry, the real thing is too fussy a design. I can put up with it on these fun, kind of fun watches, but on the real thing I couldn't do. But why am I asking, was the original Moonwatch product placement? Well, because I went to see the new Scarlett Johansson video. There's a Freudian slip there, wasn't it? I went to see the new Scarlett Johansson movie last night, and or yesterday, and in that movie, which I won't give too much away. In fact, I won't really say any. Well, it's tongue in cheek. It's not really it's not meant to be factual, which I think you kind of get from the outset. I didn't read anything about it, so I don't know anything about it. I just saw it. We went to see it, and I enjoyed the movie. If you're an Amiga fanboy, you will love the movie because there's a lot of Amigas in it. I'm imagining different, vintage ones. I'm imagining every watch that anyone's wearing is, within reason, is probably an Amiga. Excuse me, there'll be some vintage Amigas in there that aren't Moonwatches, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of Moonwatches in there as well. It gets mentioned a lot, but the thing that immediately, the very first time it's mentioned in the film, is it's clearly portrayed as product placement in the movie. There's no doubt about that. And it doesn't go with the narrative that the Moonwatch was... I'm not a Moonwatch fan. I appreciate people love the watch. Great. Have fun with, the spaceship stuff and rockets and, Buzz Aldrin and, all the different variants. I didn't nearly buy a very expensive History of Moonwatch book, but it was £250, which was way too much for me to spend on a book that I probably would never read. And it's just not my thing. I'm not that big a buff. I find it very interesting, but it's not my thing. Yeah, and it was what was interesting in this movie, so was it, if I mentioned it already, Fly Me to the Moon, was that Amiga Moonwatches were very much product placement and not, as the story goes that I've only heard, that NASA went looking for a watch and someone went to a shop and they bought one and they tested it with other brands and the Amiga won, and that's, that kind of whole, there's no product placement. Now, I personally cannot believe that there's not been any product placement over the years, that it isn't a collaboration between Amiga and NASA, but I'm not bothered. I really don't mind. I'm not poo-pooing it all. I don't believe that it wasn't product placement to some degree, but whatever anyone's happy with, I'm not bothered. I've still got my Rolex Explorer 40 on the wrist. I'm not really bothered who wore this at what mounting, whether it was on their wrist, in their pocket, which watch was the first dive watch. I mean, none of that. It's all quite interesting, but I'm really not that bothered. For me, it's all about the watch on your wrist or in your safe, in your watch roll, in your safe. No, I don't keep these in the safe, but it doesn't interest me. I'm not trying to get into an argument with anyone. I'm not poking fun at Amiga, poke, because these are genuine Speedmasters. Says it on there. Look. But yeah, it's just a question, really. I've never really thought of it because I've never questioned were they product placement or not until this movie came out. And I thought, well, I've always thought that they were to some degree, but has anyone else thought that? Is it just me? What do you think now? I think the movie was tongue in cheek, so I wouldn't take anything from the movie apart from the fact that that's what the narrative in the movie is, and Amiga obviously they've been happy with that being shown. I'm not sure if they can do anything about it if they were unhappy. But I just found it an odd, slightly odd thing from a watch guy's point of view that was the narrative of the movie. Have you seen the movie? Did you like the movie? You going to see the movie? Hopefully I haven't given too much away. I think it's a good movie. Definitely worth going to see. It's got some eye candy in it. Very well filmed. So there's lots of eye candy. There's Scarlett Johansson. There's the Channing Tatum, is it? No, he's not eye candy for me, I have to say. But he's an interesting guy. Lots of good actors in it. Woody Harrelson's in it. There's I think it's a Mustang aeroplane. Is it P-51? That's pretty cool. There's some nice cars in it. There's a lot of respect. There's a lot of NASA stuff. A very good movie. I couldn't really fault it really as a movie, but it did have this strange Amiga narrative, which is what I'm questioning here today on Wistopia. Let me know what you think. Have a good day, guys. Hope you're well wherever you are. For now, one wrist, live it.